What's up? What's up, man? Parlay with us. Stony Crook, Hustle Stacks, Sean Doe, Mr. Beans had a prior commitment that he had to attend, so he won't be with us this evening, but he'll be back with us on Thursday. We here another week, NFL week, week 14. We have Buffalo and KC playing as we speak, a tight game. It's been a crazy day. We have upsets, all kinds of crazy wins and results today on the 14th week of the NFL.
We thought the slate was going to be whacked. This is actually some good games today.
Yeah, it was some good games today. Good games, good endings. I mean, shout out to Chicago, man. They had a big win today.
Shout out to the Jets too. They had a big win.
Jets had a big win today. Shout out to the Jets. And how about a 3-0 game today, fellas? There was a game that ended 3-0. Y'all believe that? It was Minnesota and the Raiders, Minnesota Raiders, 3-0.
Yo, shout out to Cleveland too. That's a big win for them too.
Big win, yep.
Look at Flacco playing like Flacco's balling, huh?
Let me tell you something. I don't fuck with. Let me tell you something. Get Flacco in the playoffs. He good money.
Yeah, fuck around, right?
Playoff Flacco
all regular season, but come playoffs, he's fucking like on fire and shit.
Yo, I remember that dude. That dude used to have me sitting on the edge of my seats in the playoffs
all the time, man. Same here, all the time, man. This dude was fucking. He was a madman with the Ravens, man.
That was a big win too. The Ravens.
Yeah, it took overtime for them to pull that one out. You know, that was a good win for them at home. Atlanta, they had the game and they let that shit slip through their fingers.
Oh, Jefferson got hurt. Jefferson got hurt again. Yeah,
that was a tough hit too. That was.
That was on Dobbs. Jefferson got hurt again.
Yeah, that was on Dobbs. Dobbs let him out there to drive, man. You can't be leading your receivers in the like. I know he ain't doing it on purpose, but I'm like, damn, bro, like you laying that was a suicide throw.
Yeah,
through the middle, rising to the, like the ball was going
having to go reach for it and stuff type of play.
That's suicide, hanging your receiver out to dry. Like I said, I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but that's the inconsistencies of a backup quarterback, man. Like, you know what I mean? Of not having that rapport with your number one receiver. I'm not blaming him as far as he did it on purpose, but that's where you're the danger of losing your starting quarterback and trying to go on a playoff run with a backup, and you have the guy not being on time with Hawkinson and Jefferson. It'd be up and down as the weeks go on. And the other receiver they have, what's his name? What's that kid's name?
Right?
The Addison.
Oh, yeah, Addison.
He was balling out, and they still in it though. Give him credit for that. But I'm just saying, I think they have to go with Mullins going forward, man. I mean,
yeah, I see that Mullins had to come in.
But we all said that on the panel, man. Dobbs is good for a few, just like Minshew. These guys are up, down. That's why they backups. You know what I'm saying?
They signed Nick Mullins. So that rookie kid, they put him the third string if they got Mullins there, right?
Yeah, Mullins finished the game today. He actually started moving the ball a little bit.
Mullins was a decent backup though.
He was in San Francisco.
He was.
Yeah, he was doing his thing with San Fran.
So I think they're gonna go with him next week. They're 7-6. They're still in the mix.
They're still in the mix.
3-0. Hey, whatever. But yeah, like I said, that was unfortunate because I think he's in the hospital. Look like he's spleen or some shit. You see that hit stats?
Yeah, I seen that shit. I just seen.
You see it?
Yeah, I just seen Kelsey throw a lateral to score a fucking touchdown too.
Nah, it's going back. Offsides, Kansas City. Yeah, it's coming back.
He throws a fucking lateral to win the fucking game. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, Buffalo gotta strategically do something to keep their defense off the field to close the game. They gotta do something though. They can't keep leaving their defense out there to close the game. They just can't close the game.
Their safety got hurt. Micah Hyde, he's hurt. So he's kind of like the anchor back there in that secondary. So with him out, man, and like they kind of like lost a little bit, you know.
Like Dose said, the Milano kid too. He's that big for them.
Yeah, that was a big, bro. That kid is.
That was a loss too.
That's like San Fran losing Fred Warner. He's that good. He's that good, bro. Like he's
that Fred Warner loss would be. Woo, San Fran lose him, they hurting, bro. I don't give a fuck who you got on that front for.
Oh, there you go. Oh no, that's a sack. Come on. They're not gonna give him that sack. Yo, what's good? What's good? I see the Blick Life TV, aka Mr. Beans. What's up? What's up, man? What's going on, man? We out here. Shout out to Daniel Haynes. Yeah, he's over here. Let me here we go.
Yeah, I see you, Beans. Take it easy out there, bro. Don't eat too much cheesecake for dessert.
We know he ain't gonna eat no meat. Pause.
Beans is gonna be over there ordering all types of shit that make his stomach fucked up at 11 tonight. He gonna be drinking and eating. He gonna be at whatever restaurant he go to. He gonna be eating that crazy shit.
That's crazy. Man. You know when your stomach fucked up when it just wake you up out of dead sleep, right?
Hey, and on Monday morning too, who the fuck want to do that on a Monday? If it's a Tuesday or Wednesday, you can be like, all right, Monday your stomach all turned up. That's fucked up.
That's not a good thing to be done.
That's the worst day of the week. You all know that.
I mean, Monday as it is a headache.
Do you want to go to work with a cheesecake stomach? Good luck, Mr. Bean.
You don't want to do that, man.
So today the Patriots were officially eliminated from the playoffs, brothers. I know you want to talk about that a little bit.
Now they made it official?
Yeah, it was on the NFL Network.
When I seen that come across the screen, I was like, "Oh shit!"
They put that in.
So they was mathematically alive then.
Yeah. I don't know how.
That's amazing. You know how much shit had to happen for them to make it?
Yeah, they showed it. They showed it. It was like 7 and 16. All of them had to lose and some shit the rest of the year. It was crazy.
Some crazy shit.
It was like 1% chance.
Yeah.
Just imagine the odds of them making it. Like you playing them. You betting them to make the playoffs at this point of the season.
Oh, you could make probably $1 million off a $1 bet.
Right. Exactly.
Probably 5 though.
For real.
Yo, but speaking of future bets, if the Bills pull this shit off, I'm gonna put a future on them.
You already did, didn't you?
Nah, not yet.
Remember he said he was waiting to see about this game.
Yeah, I wanted to see. Yeah, exactly. I want to see what they was gonna do with this game.
I hope Kansas City ties it up so the Bills could win in overtime for more than 5.5, so I could cash out with that. You know what I did? I went old school today, right? I went to DraftKings and did daily fantasy and came up.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I picked Flacco as my starting quarterback. I had Debo in there. I had Mixon in there. I had the defense of Chicago's defense in there, all low percentage on. I haven't did daily in a long time.
Yeah, that kid, Justin Fields if you put him in the right system, man, he might be all right.
I was gonna text on the group chat today about that.
Yeah, he might be all right, man. I mean, there's talks about him going to Atlanta, which
he should, because that kid really.
He needs to be an offense that has some good running backs and running backs that could catch out the backfield. He'll be dangerous in a lineup like that. He likes to run. He likes to run around. He likes to run out the pocket.
Game over.
Yeah, game over. Buffalo, good win. Buffalo, good win.
He just got to be more decisive. He's not decisive enough.
What's going on with Mahomes? He's heated.
The hit is the hit.
That, you know what it is, man? They do. And listen, I don't think it's on. I don't think they. I'm not saying she's the main reason, but when you bring all this extra shit into the fold, they focusing on Taylor Swift. If you don't think that affects the team, just all that extra attention on players and not have, and don't get me wrong, they just don't have the receivers and the talent they've had. But all that extra bullshit it just seems like it's not about football over there right now. You know what I'm saying? Everything's about something different. And he even admitted it. Kelsey. Like he had to kind of like
he had to know what he was. But when he chased Shorty, he knew the ordeal was going to happen with her.
All the attention.
He had
and Crook and Stacks. I'm not putting the whole season on her, but you can't tell me that extra like just shit going on with that is helping either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be wrong. I just feel like it's a distraction you don't need.
Listen, I think you're on the money. Of course, it could be a distraction. You know, of course. I mean, you know, you're talking about a team that, you know, they're precise with everything they do. Now you bring a different element to their system. Yeah, it could take them off of balance a little bit. You know, this team is accustomed to playing one way.
Right.
Now you got somebody that has nothing to do with football in the forward. Everything is about that. Yeah, that definitely could be a distraction. I agree.
It could be.
They showed it all game. They showed it half the game.
Every time he makes a catch, every time anything.
It's like, bro, it's not cute no more when you ain't winning. It's so
right.
So like with Belichick and everybody else, when you're not winning, and I know Belichick is a different way. It's his way. But you could take all the extra shit. You could take Patrick Mahomes' crazy ass brother, his wife being him, you know, whatever they have to say. All that shit you could take when you're winning, but when you're not winning, man, that shit gets magnified whether you like it or not. And if Stacks, you coach, I know it's not, you know, the kids ain't in the pros and all that. But if you have one of those parents that are just trying to get all involved in the team and just extra on the sidelines, even if it's not affecting the team directly, indirectly, I don't know if that affects the team. When you just have that parent or that sponsor or whatever that's just, you know, always in the mix, it just seems like it just doesn't help. I mean, I don't know.
I've been in that position before. Unfortunately, I had a kid that I actually like. I had to like kind of part ways with the kid because of his pain. You know what I'm saying? So that, but Andy Reid got a great staff over there. They should be good enough to keep them guys focused over there. But like you said first, I just don't think they got the talent.
Yo, for sure. That's the number one thing, right?
I don't think they got the talent. I think they
got some problems.
That's the number one thing.
They having issues over there. Like I said, Andy Reid, he been around long enough to keep them guys.
Yo, right.
But like you said, what you said first, I guarantee they're talking amongst each other in the locker room.
Yeah, like nigga, we play. Sure you don't play. Like you know what I mean? Like,
and ain't no telling, you know, she probably gave them. I bet she done gave that whole locker room crazy gifts. Like you know what I mean? You don't think them players got daughters and shit, yo, trying to ask for tickets to the Taylor Swift.
Right.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Sure Travis like, yo, what the fuck I get myself into? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like he might be,
but it's up to him.
In his games, he ain't the same Trav. You know what I'm saying?
He slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, he slowed down a
little bit.
And he's been fumbling a lot lately too. So he slowed down a little bit.
And let's keep it and let's put it on this. He seems distracted by it.
Yeah, he is.
Right, like he feels like he has to like perform for her or something.
Right.
And Mahomes feel like he has to like force it to him at times when he don't need to.
It feels that way.
He gotta. I mean, I would force it to him too with them bum ass receivers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll be throwing that shit to his ass too. Like them other motherfuckers, they dropping shit today again. Dropping.
Yeah.
Well, Tony was.
Yeah.
He needs to get cut.
I think
Tony ain't been good in years. I don't get that.
He's been having some problems. That dude.
He's never really.
Them Gator receivers, bro. They great players, but they pros. Be careful with Gator receivers, dog. Has any ever panned out? Chris Collinsworth, maybe. Riddell,
like Chris Collinsworth.
I had to go that far back. Name me one that you that.
Hey, you right. I can't.
Right.
It's sort of like the Duke ball players. Until recently.
Yeah, until recently. I was going to say they might have, but can you count Kyrie? He played 5 games for him.
No, right. You can't count him.
Yeah.
You can't count Kyrie, but
Yeah, I got you. Who got the slate? Who got the slate?
Yeah, right here, man. So let's check it out.
But you're right. There was some good games today, fellas. I was
surprised. It really was.
I'm still not happy with the quarterback situations, man. Every 5 minutes, a quarterback's getting knocked out. Herbert's probably out for the couple of weeks. Even though he looks like a bum anyway.
Dog, I would just sit him for the year. I mean, they ain't going nowhere.
Dude was like, how you 6'6" and get the most batted balls at the line in the NFL?
Because our offensive line is fucking horrible. They're getting pressure.
He didn't throw a sidearm though.
Right,
he throw a sidearm too.
Yeah, throwing sidearm, man. That's a recipe for disaster.
What are you doing? You're 6'6" throwing sidearm. Let's keep it funky, fam.
He got to try to maneuver some shit to get around motherfuckers as soon as he said height, bitches in his lap. Gotta change it up, though.
Yeah, so let's start with, I mean, we could talk about this game quick, but Tampa Bay, Atlanta, 29-25.
I told you that was a big game for Tampa. Low key, they had to win that game. They had.
I tell you, man, they came.
Yo, Baker looked good.
They had to go on a last minute drive.
That was a good game, man.
It was a good game.
Yeah, so they was balling. Rams was hanging with Baltimore for the most part.
Another good game.
Yeah, another good game. Almost.
It took them all the way to the end. It took overtime for Baltimore to pull that one out at home.
Y'all think the Rams gonna make the playoffs?
I mean, they still alive, man. I mean, I can't count them out, man.
They could, but they gonna need some help, though. I think they need some help.
Yeah, I agree with that. They need a running game, though. They've been lacking running game.
Well, they just got the kid back. What's his name? Williams, right?
Yeah. He actually ran pretty decent today. He didn't run great, but he ran decent.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he ran decent. He ran decent today. He put in some work. Their receiving core did all right. Cooper Kupp, over 100 yards receiving. So, he did his thing. They was balling, man. They just needed to make one stop, and they couldn't make it. This game was great right here. I mean, Detroit, Chicago won handily.
Did we pick the Bears to win that or cover? Didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, we liked Chicago. We had Chicago.
We liked Chicago, right? Yeah.
We had Chicago. We had Cleveland.
Because of the way they played them the time they played them before. They should have won the game before.
Yeah, you're right. I think it might be a mistake if they give up on Fields like that, man.
Listen. I would give that kid a little bit more weapons, some offensive line, and just I would give it one more go. I would give it one
offensive line, definitely.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna do it though. I think they want to draft wins.
Yeah, they done with it. Now, know what else he needs? 2 doors, a good running back.
Right. I agree.
If he goes to Atlanta with them running backs and them receivers and that tight end, Atlanta gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, they'll be dangerous, man. And when you have a running quarterback like he is, and he has somewhat of an arm, he can throw. But when you have a running quarterback, it's always good to have 2 good run. When you got a running quarterback, it's good to have 2 good running backs. One that could definitely catch. You definitely want a running back that can catch because that's going to always be his outlet. That's going to always be there for him. And of course, the tight end too. They got a good tight end already in Atlanta, but assuming that he went over there, but also a good tight end, but definitely some good running backs.
And that kid London can play too.
Drake London is good. Yeah, Drake London, I agree.
He got weapons over there. He got enough to win over there.
Yeah,
London,
and that defense ain't bad either.
And the tight end too. And the tight end,
you got Smith and you got 2 tight ends. Pitts, Smith. You got 2 running backs.
Right.
You got a number 1 receiver. London's a number 1 receiver. He's a number 1.
Yeah. He's a number 1 receiver, definitely.
He's a number 1. I agree.
Definitely. They just got problems at the quarterback position.
Right. That's a good call. Going to Atlanta, that's a real good call. I didn't even think of that.
Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and I know I spoke about this guy last week with you guys about how there's a good quarterback that's a backup somewhere. Well, here go this guy again, man, Jake Brown, and this is his second win as the backup starter for Burrow after Burrow got injured. He won his second game today, and you know he had a ball a little bit today. It wasn't really one of those easy games. I mean, they went up, and then Indianapolis came and tied it, and then he just stretched the lead, man. His quarterback play was good today, and
you know what?
People gonna be looking at this guy, man. I mean,
real quick, I want to tell you guys, it's going back to what we were saying about the offensive minds. The coach from the Cleveland Browns, the coach from Cincinnati, the coach from the Rams, McVay, you know, all those type guys. All those guys are in that same Shanahan mold. You notice how they could take a quarterback. Not saying Brown was a great high school quarterback, good in college, I remember. But they could take these guys and put them in their system. Because Cincinnati, I'm not saying Burrow ain't great, he is. But if you give someone in that same coach, all these guys are that same offensive-minded guys. The guy from Minnesota, same thing. All these type of coaches that they have with these offense-first minds could take these quarterbacks, like Stack said, and you work with them, and even you, Stoney, you get these guys that have some semblance of talent, and you could plug them in play. Cleveland's going to probably most likely go to the playoffs. Minnesota's still in the playoff race. Cincinnati looks like they have a chance. So what I'm saying is, going forward, not just with the Patriots, any NFL team going forward, these guys ain't going to go away. It's just not McVay no more. There's a lot of these guys. McDaniels from Miami, before he came there, too, was on that Mac Jones track.
Yeah, he was.
Right. On that Mac Jones shit. You know what I'm saying? On that trajectory. He goes in there, and like I said, I'm not going to get into who that Patriots should hire or not. What I'm saying is, in general in NFL, you get a guy that has an offensive mind, that the league is trending to offense. We all know that. They could get these quarterbacks with talent. I'm saying they have to have some talent with them and mold them into still having a chance to make it to the playoffs. And I just think that's going to be the trend going forward, because a lot of people never paid attention to the backup quarterback. They never really did. They used to go high end first and then spend their money other places.
Right. Well, because the starters for some reason used to last longer.
True. Facts.
There wasn't that many injuries like that back then. And I think that the fact that these quarterbacks were durable and they've lasted so many games and played so many games that, you know, they didn't really pay any attention to the backups. But as the league went on and you started to see these injuries, these backups started to become a little more valuable. And you're seeing it now, how these teams address it in the offseason. You know, they make these signings and they make sure they have at least 2 or 3 on the roster.
Right.
And I think it's mandatory for them to have, I would say at least 3, because of all these injuries that they've been having, they've been suffering, because the NFL don't want to see emergency quarterbacks coming in like the fucking running back.
Right. They
don't want to see that
shit.
Yeah. And this happened far too many times, so they're making it a priority to let these teams know that you guys need to stock some quarterbacks, you know, and you know, less on other positions and more on the quarterback position. But that's, you know, this is a guy that I'm looking at, and, you know, just hypothetically, like an option where if you don't find something in the draft, you could pluck one of these guys if they become available. But going forward, we spoke about Cleveland, Jacksonville.
No, not yet.
No.
Yeah, Cleveland, Jacksonville. Wow, that was a good game too. Trevor Lawrence came back surprisingly. I felt like they should have let him heal a little more, but I guess they feel like they need to win another game. I mean, I don't think so. I think they could have played without him just to preserve him more, because they still in the playoff hunt. I mean, if anything, they was #1. I think last week they was the number one seed in AFC. So they could afford to like let him rest a little more, and it showed a little bit today. He was a little gimpy today.
He came on a little bit at the end, but yeah, overall he wasn't himself.
Yeah, he was
exactly.
You can see he was
That's
moving,
ankle sprain.
Moving around a little gimpy.
Yeah, so you don't want to like force it and jeopardize, you know, if they do make it to the playoffs, which I think they will. I don't see them not making it. But another good win by Cleveland. They in the hunt. They 8-5. Behind Flacco, he's still in the league. Surprisingly, I mean,
this guy was on the couch today. Salute to him. He saved me today.
Shout out to him, man. I had Cleveland today, and then when I found out Lawrence was playing, I got a little nervous.
He actually saved my weekend.
Shout out to Skinny Flacco. Flacco out there.
Yeah, shout out to Flacco, man. This dude was on the couch the other day. I think last week he was on the couch, man, watching movies and shit. And real talk. So we have next game, Carolina, New Orleans.
Skip it.
28-6. Nothing was going on there. 1-12, Carolina. You guys already know what that is. So we'll move on from that. Good win by the Jets today. They beat Houston 30-6.
Stroud left that game in the fourth. That's kind of
concussion protocol. He got his bell rung.
I see that coming, man. I benched him in my fantasy. I see him. I knew he wasn't gonna have a good game today.
Yeah, he'll be all right, but they couldn't score today for whatever reason.
It was raining. That was a bad matchup for him.
It was an ugly day out.
Had his number one receiver out. Then he lost his number two receiver.
Yeah, number one and number two went out.
Oh, they both went out today, right? Right. So that and they on the road.
Yeah, they might end up. I mean, I like their direction, but they might end up kind of
outside looking in.
Yeah.
They're just losing too many people. They're losing too many people.
I think the Bills might take their spot.
They're losing too many people.
They like those said though, they trending. Coach got them going the right direction.
They do, yeah. They're ahead. They're ahead of schedule.
Yeah, way ahead.
Next game, my favorite game of the day, Minnesota over Las Vegas, 3-0.
I mean,
what's there to talk about? How many the punt? How the punting look?
I was tight. No, I have Hawkinson on my fantasy team, bro, and I was like, dogs, you can't be serious, bro. Like, you got this. You got one of the best tight ends in the league. Probably this year the best tight end. Let's keep it real. He's up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
He can't even get on the ball. But anyway, you know what's so funny, Stoney and Stacks? I actually like this game. I thought I was gonna be like on some snooze fest shit, but it was just like interesting how they were going back and forth into strategy, defense. The quarterback play wasn't great, honestly. It wasn't, but it was like an old school. Yeah, and I liked it because I seen the stakes Minnesota had were high because they have to keep winning. You know what I mean? And it was like one of those old school games that I watched that Army Navy. I was like, man.
Oh man,
that was actually a good game though. But I don't really watch games like that. They're like running, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate those games too, defense and but just touching on that Army Navy game, I had Navy.
Me too.
+3.
Me too.
And man, let me tell you, man, I was beside myself.
No, I was.
So many opportunities, man, and then to still have it when they had that fumble and they took it back. For the score, when Army took a ball from the quarterback and then ran back for the score,
came back.
I thought it was over. And then
I know I changed the channel. I thought my bet was done.
And for them to come back and have a chance, man, they was knocking right at the door, man, and just fumbled that damn.
Bro, you want to hear something crazy on that real quick?
Tough, man. That was tough.
I had one of my parlays with that was 10+ points for each team, bro. When they hit. They ended at 9. I was like, this is some bullshit, Vegas. I ain't fuck with you no more, Vegas.
The under hit, if you took the under early in the week, 28.5, it hit. But listen, my condolences to those who took the 27.5. My condolences. That is a fucked up way.
That is a fuck up with.
On a safe.
Like you always say, you gotta buy that point.
You gotta buy that half. When I told you, gotta buy that half. That half always bites you in the ass. Always, man. I always buy that half. Always, man. With the under, over, I always give it that solid number because that half bites you in the ass. Next game, Seattle, San Fran.
Started off good.
They was balling. They was there, man. They just couldn't, they held San Fran to like a low first half pretty much.
Then Debo started getting busy.
Right. It was just a matter of time before Debo got loose. It's only so long you could hold San Fran. If you're not scoring and you holding them, then you're gonna have problems because sooner or later they're gonna get it going and start scoring, which they did. They end up winning 28-16. They're the number one team in the league. So they
ain't number one yet. They ain't number one. Number two. If Philly lose tonight, they'll be number one.
Well, they playing like it.
Yeah, they're playing like it, but they ain't number one in the books. They ain't number one.
Yeah. I mean, record number wise, no, but I think power rankings wise, yeah. They just beat Philly and they still winning. So, but you're right. They number two, knocking out the door. The next game is the game we was watching before we got on. Buffalo over KC 2017. KC was driving to tie that game, and Buffalo's defense showed up on that last drive. Shout out to the Buffalo defense, man. They was fumbling the whole damn game, and just giving up all types of big plays, and their defense came through when it really counted, and they pulled it off. And
ain't that crazy when you have playoffs? I'm sorry, Crook. Ain't that crazy when you have a team that drops the ball like that, and next thing you know, everybody else starts fucking up? It's like it just permeates through the whole team. Like now, I don't know if Hilaire fumbled or not. I could be wrong, but then you got people that normally don't make mistakes. Mahomes throws an interception in the first. It's just like I told y'all, man. Like it's just not. It's the receivers is number one, no doubt. But there's just something off about that team and shit, bro. Like
they ain't got the talent, though.
I think it's Buffalo.
And the funny thing is,
something else about that offense.
Yeah, but Buffalo, we all know why Buffalo. I feel as though Diggs and Allen are playing. I'm not saying they don't like each other. Like I just feel like that relationship ain't what it was. And
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they move on from Diggs.
I like Diggs, man, but he's another one. Not this week, but he just goes on the sidelines and gets unneeded stress through on the sidelines and bullshit, bro. Like I'm not one of them shut up and dribble type niggas, man. But you gotta just play sometimes, bro. All that diva shit, just
that's what you're gonna get from a receiver, though.
That's true.
That's all of. That's just I've never seen one not bitch. I mean, that's just what they do, I guess.
But I guess when you're winning, you don't notice it. But when you're losing, that just permeates, man.
He started that shit last year. He started that shit.
You heard about the coach? I'm not going to call him a bozo because I don't think that's right, digging shit up. But he's talking about 9/11 hijackers with a good team or some shit. Or some
that's kind of fucked up. They dug that up. Somebody
for sure. I'm not saying it's cool. What I'm saying is, though, this is what I'm saying, though. When your team is not performing, this is the shit that pops up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not blaming him for that. I'm just saying, like, bro, it's like I don't think he meant any harm by that. But
you gotta be careful what you say in them fucking locker room. Remember what the coach from Creighton said? He said we gotta keep him on the plantation. Wait, yo, shit. Can you imagine we was in the locker room and he said that shit? Like, what the fuck? Did you just
come on, sweet chariot, come on and carry me home.
That old slave shit, just a little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine. This soul light of mine. I'm gonna let go win the game. Like what are we doing, bro? Like what? Whoever wins, they don't give a game ball. They give 4 lashings. Whoever scores a TV. What kind of shit we on, man?
That's crazy, man. These coaches, man. You could imagine what goes on in them locker rooms. That's said that we hear about.
But I just feel like that's what it is.
Yeah, man.
When you lose, man, and you're not going where you're supposed to go, shit just pops up.
It always does. You're gonna watch some shit pop up on KC soon. Watch what I say. You watch what I say. You watch the shit. I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna be. It's gonna be about one of the players complaining about Taylor.
It's gonna be that.
Watch that.
That's
if they haven't already.
True.
Oh, it probably have, but it like Doe said, it's gonna ease out. It's gonna leak.
It's gonna ease out.
Yeah, it's gonna ease out.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna ease
she
out.
ain't give a ticket to everybody on that team. I'll tell you that.
I wouldn't give not one ticket to them fucking receivers. Probably drop that too.
That's fucked up. I hate when you win on DraftKings though, when they don't pay out right away. But when you lose, they take your money so
ASAP.
I want to bet on this game tonight. I want to use their money. It's like, bro, could you give me the money I want? Fam, like,
and they're waiting.
They're waiting, bro.
They do that.
They the worst.
It be like that because they got to make sure everything's legit.
Man, they know everything fucking legit.
Hey, Stoney, when they take your money, they don't make sure it's legit or not.
ASAP. Hey, though, it be like 2 minutes left in the game and shit. It
done. You know they made a mistake on one of my bets. They had to pay me. I had to write them. I had to go on email and shit, and they were like, "Oh, we're sorry for the inconvenience." Like, okay, I see you. You gave me my money back. I'm like, damn. What if I didn't like check that? Like,
yeah. Well, let me tell you something. They be giving people refunds back at times. It depends what sportsbook it is. When you got a player prop and they get like that Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I got paid on that. You're right. No, it's true.
But not all of them do. Some of them do. Some of them, because it's like, damn, man, that's fucked up. Like,
what about Jefferson?
Lose all my shit. Nah, they. It's only right that they give you your money back on.
What about Jefferson? He got hurt the second play of the game.
Yeah. So, like I said, some sports books are good. Some aren't.
I don't think DraftKings is doing that no more. They did it when they first came up. Like, you know. Now I don't think they're doing that.
They was like the original joints. They was like the first one. You know what I'm saying? So they had to make sure this shit was legit. But like you said, I don't think there's so many of them out there. I don't think they can afford to do this shit.
They can't afford it
right.
no more.
Yeah. I know they refunded the Brady people who had props on Brady, and then he came back. He came back and avoided some shit. I forgot what the wages was. People had wages on Brady. And I'm trying to remember what the wager was. I wasn't sure what it was. The wager was if he was going to retire. And he retired. And then he came back.
Yeah, that shit. I don't know, man. Yeah, like you said, that DraftKings shit, they quick to snatch it, though.
They snatched that shit so fast, bro. I'm looking at it now. I'm refreshing the page. I'm trying to bet on this game tonight.
Yeah, that's whew, I can't wait for that game. I'm actually waiting. That's gonna be the game right there.
No, that's a serious one.
That's the game. I tell you, if Dak win this game and put up some good numbers, I'll put him number one in MVP. I'll put him number one. Just because
you got him over Purdy if he wins?
If he wins this game.
If not, Purdy's making a good little case for himself.
Damn good case. A damn good case. For me, a damn good case. I really would like to see a non-quarterback win for once.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. That's why I said McCaffrey, but like I said, McCaffrey or Tyreek Hill or
I'm actually rooting for Tyreek, but if Dak win, I wouldn't be.
You know the NFL ain't going. You know them writers ain't gonna vote for that dude, man. You know that.
You're right.
You ain't gonna vote for Tyreek Hill. All this shit that he, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not trying to get political. All I'm saying is the shit he's involved in or was involved in the past. You know those boys who write for the NFL ain't gonna want to pick him.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not blaming him for that. He did what he did, but he didn't go to jail for it. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you said. So yeah, obviously he wasn't guilty if he didn't go to jail for it. What about what about the Chargers?
My bad, fellas. My bad, man.
That's cool. I think the last game was
Chargers and Broncos, right?
Chargers and Broncos.
It was never a game, man. It was that was never a game, and this dude ended up getting hurt. Herbert.
I'm disappointed in Herbert, man. I like him actually, man. I know he don't have a line like you said, but there's something about that dude. He just ain't what he was, man. It's just
I think it's the coach. Yeah,
that's true. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Coach, I think it's the system. I don't even think he wants to play for that coach.
You're right.
I think that is a debacle worse than the Patriots. Know why? Because they got way more talent than us. So you got all that talent and can't win, it's worse. It's worse. I'm telling you.
And I think there's been just bad play calling, man. I mean, the coach cost them a lot of games in the past, and this goes back to last year. A lot of suspect calls that cost the team the game. More than enough times that he cost the team the game with the play. I mean, he even did they ran it was a 4th and 1 deep in their own zone, and it was just a lot of bad.
Yeah, I remember that.
He on the 20-yard line. He goes.
And I know we touched on it earlier in the game. I don't want to get too deep into it, but that's the problem with that dude Campbell, man. Like he seemed like a good dude and all, man, but he got to learn. He can't be doing the shit he be doing, going for a 4th and 13 on his own 20.
Yeah,
it's just dumb football, bro. Like that analytics. And you see the play today when Jacksonville went for it. Instead of just getting a field goal to go down 3, they went for 2, and they tried to like.
Yeah,
that was just stupid, man. Like I don't like the sport being played on a spreadsheet. You know what I mean? I'm not. That's not my. Obviously, I'm not. I'm not getting paid millions to fucking coach, and just some of this shit just seems like you overthinking it. And I just think with Chargers though, they just. Not only does that guy go for it on 4th and something or whatever, he just can't coach. He's supposed to be a defensive coach, and they probably got the worst defense in the NFL. One of them.
Oh my God!
Well, let me tell you something. I think
they got pieces, so there's no excuse to be that bad.
Yeah, they got great pieces. But last year when they gave up that lead to Jacksonville in the playoffs, I felt like that was the beginning and the ending for this coach. I didn't think he was gonna make it this year. I didn't think they was gonna bring him back.
I thought he was gonna get fired.
I mean, they was up on the Jaguars.
I think about like 21
last year. Oh my goodness, they was last year in a wild card.
Yeah, by like 21, maybe
right?
Maybe even 28, maybe.
And they just pulled the crazy comeback. I mean, listen, I'm not complaining too much because I ended up winning that wager because I thought I was dead in the water, but thank God they choked. But let me tell you, that team has some serious problems. But if a good coach takes over that team, they're gonna be all right, man.
There's gonna be a coach to take over that team, all right.
Yeah,
man. They need to build around that team, man.
It's gonna be some definitely gonna be some coach openings after the season. Definitely, probably. I think about
coach openings, coaches moving around. It's gonna be. That's the thing with the NFL, man. Every offseason, every season is always interesting. It's gonna be a lot of people available, and you just gotta build that team, man. Especially if you're up and coming, man. Well, the last game of the night, Sunday Night Football, man. Dallas, Philly. Woo wee. Look, I got Dallas, man, but I'm -3, Sean.
I know. I'm looking now, man. I'm so mad. I'm checking my account. I can't bet on it yet because they still holding my fucking winnings. Because I don't want to.
I know who Stacks got. But it's the Stacks. You ain't looking. You're not too. I don't think you're not too.
Listen, everybody knows Philly's my second favorite team, but I think Dallas gonna get this one tonight. I just think Dallas gonna get this one tonight. Now, with that being said, Philly's upset because they got their jaw knocked loose last week. So they probably gonna come out. They're gonna be a lot. This game gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game. Both of them got something to prove because if they lose this game, if Dallas loses this game, they're gonna crucify Dax. And if Philly lose, they're gonna crucify fucking Jalen Hurts. So like neither one of them guys can afford to lose this game, if you ask me. Be honest with you.
But to be fair, I think Dak has more to lose now because at least Philly's on the road. I'm not saying they're gonna make excuses for Hurts, but Philly's on the road. They're trending they're not trending down. They're not, but they're not, but and I think we could all agree we did. And I'm a Philly guy too. I like Philly teams and I'm from Boston, obviously, but I'm a Philly. I got a lot of my family's out there. And the thing is, I always root for those teams. I didn't get mad. I was heated when we lost to them, but I was like, at least Philly won. You know what I mean? Like, better than the Giants beating us.
Yeah.
But what hurt me was the whole fucking
the Butler shit. Yeah, that's crazy. But what I'm trying to say is Philly's been playing with fire all year, fam. And they're a great team. I'm not saying they ain't a great team, but they've been playing with fire all year. And I think Dallas was kind of starting off how they started off. They've been consistent all year, but it looks like they're kind of trending to that, like they're in that space. They're finally in that space. I feel like they're finally in that space. That's the feeling I get. I don't even know if it's the right feeling, but when I watch them, it just seems like everybody's on the tight ends, the defense.
Right.
CeeDee Lamb's having a great year. Dak is playing probably the best he's ever played. So for me, if they win, if they lose, it's a wrap. Dak is just gonna get, because they're America's team, right? But if Jalen Hurts loses this, but what they're gonna say, oh, his legs, he's hurt. His legs a little hurt.
I don't think it'll be as bad.
It won't be as bad
because they proved that they're gonna be a team to be reckoned with. And everybody knows that, especially in this day and age in the league, teams go through those little ruts no matter what. They'll go through it, man. 2-game losing streak, they'll go through that. And Philly is going through it late in the year, so they'll get a pass. They lose, they'll get a pass. They're on the road. They got beat up last week, so it's like, all right, but it's gonna be short. That's gonna be short-lived because if they lose today, they
drop down. If they lose today, they drop to the 5th seed.
Philly. Really?
Right. But they have a chance. They have a chance to get back in place, though. They got
5th seed.
5th seed. You think about it. Think about it, though. Dallas would be ahead in that conference.
Right.
San would be ahead in their conference.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Detroit would be ahead in their conference.
You're right.
It'd be Philly. But with that being said, dropping down to the 5th seed ain't a bad thing because you'll probably get Atlanta or Tampa Bay in the first round. I mean, that's not bad. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Or Detroit.
Yeah, but it will be bad stacks when you make it to the second and you got to go on the road. Because one thing I can say, I'm not saying Philly's not good on the road, but that home field is real with them.
It is. It does.
It's real with them.
With Philly, that home field with Philly is real.
It's real with them.
It is real. But I still think they can. I don't think they go to San Fran and beat. That's what
I was about to say.
But I think they can go to Dallas and beat Dallas.
They could do that.
I don't think they go to San Fran and beat San Fran.
They can't. They can't. I don't think anybody can.
That'd be tough.
Not when they're fully loaded. Let's get that out.
When they're fully loaded, man.
When they're fully loaded and they hit on all cylinders. I don't.
The way Debo and Ayuk are playing and McCat, they ain't Kittle. I mean, damn.
I mean, I always thought.
If they clinch the first seed, I might go ahead and start sitting some of them guys. You know what I'm saying?
Too. I told you all that last week.
San Fran, right?
Yeah,
you got to take that roster lightly if they clinch.
If they clinch that one, what would be the earliest? They clinch the spot today. What would be the earliest they could clinch that one? Like in 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yep, 2 weeks. They would own the tiebreaker against Dallas because they beat Dallas. They beat Philly. So if they all finish with the same record, San Fran would get the number 1 anyway because they have the tiebreaker. They beat both of them by fucking like 25 points. So they would have the number 1, like you said, within 2 weeks. They would know. So if either one of them teams slip and lose another game, like go lose like 4 games, they would have the tiebreaker and they would win it outright. So I would start resting them guys after that for sure.
Yeah,
because they all had 3 wins. They all had this would if Dallas wins tonight, they all would have 3 losses, and I would put San Fran number 1.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know they would drop to 5. That's good. That's good to know.
He dropped all the way to 5.
But there's plenty of time to, before it kind of like materializes. There's still some more games
and they might win tonight. So you don't know.
Yeah,
right. They
So the spread on that so the spread closed at what? -3 for
-3.5. It's
Dallas
-3.5 right now. Yeah.
So
Dallas.
usually, so they're basically saying Dallas is a half point better because you get the 3 points for being at home when they see you as equal, right? That's
So
the old way.
Dallas is people. They power rankings. They rank them three points better.
That's
probably 2.8 or something.
Right. Yeah, because you usually get 3 for being at home, right? When you're kind of an equal team.
Yeah. You get that edge, right? But it looked like everybody was hammering the 3 because it went up to 3.5 now. So I would still make that bet. I'll buy that half. Look, I ain't scared. Like, I'll do it. I like Dallas at 3 better than 3.5 because you want to cover your ass. This game could end that way, So
I can see that shit ended on a fucking field goal.
Yeah, and you just want to cover your ass because if it goes the other way, you just get your money back and just
That's some good advice you give, man. Because I ain't gonna front. I never really thought of it like getting a half, and I've been doing that lately.
You buy if it's worth it, like
on these type of games. I'm not just doing it just to do it. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I don't play the half. Like sometimes I feel good about a bet that I just leave the half there. Like for example, like to me, like 4.5, 5.5. Sometimes I really don't mess with that. Maybe 6.5. I'll bring it up to 7. But like a 4.5, I'll leave that alone, man. I'm like, fuck it. Just leave it there because chances are the game ain't gonna end on that.
What do you think about that over, bro? 52.5?
Well, that's the consensus, man. The money's coming in on the over. It was at 51. Now it's at 52.5. So I would play the over. I wouldn't
play me yet, so it looks like I'm gonna have to live bet, fellas. I can't even give you guys
that Philly defense. That back end is suspect, man.
Yeah, they give up a lot of yards.
And Dak slinging that thing. Pause.
I'm not saying it's outrageous. I was just surprised. I'm figuring that 49. He said swing.
That was a good one, Stack. I would have let that one.
that was a double pause right there.
Yeah, I hit it though. I hit the button though.
Yeah, you had to. You had to. Somebody would.
That's that Dwight Howard pause right there.
That's the Will Smith. Yo,
Dwayne Martin. Fuck
I should say that.
Pause.
I don't like how they trying to bury Will, but yeah, it's the Will Smith pause.
Yo, someone said nigga said Dwayne Smith was above the rim on Will Smith. That's some wild shit. These people.
That's some wild shit.
I was like, these niggas ain't shit. Black Twitter's a motherfucker, bro.
Yo, Twitter, that Black Twitter, they be on some shit, man. You see that the meme with Jada in the car with Suge and
Pac? Yeah, with Suge.
Yeah. How the fuck they come up with shit like that?
They were saying the only Jada we acknowledge, and they showed Jada kiss. That's fucked up.
That's just crazy, man.
That shit is crazy, man. Shout out to Black Twitter though.
Yo, shout out to Black Twitter. Yeah, man. So what y'all y'all ready to talk some NBA talk?
Already, man. I want yo.
The Lakers are champions, man.
This ain't this.
They was popping in the locker room, man.
All y'all fucking. Let me tell you something. The Lakers is my most hated franchise in NBA history. I just cannot stand the fucking Lakers.
They up there with the Yankees are my two most hated.
I agree. I just can't do it. And yo, the elephant in the room is the NBA. I mean, no hate on. I like LeBron. I ain't gonna get that out there. But they gonna force Crown. He's no way he should have won MVP.
No way he should have won that.
No way he should have won MVP of that game. Anthony Davis was the MVP of that game.
That's crazy though.
It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. How do you have 41? Hold on. 41,
right?
20, 41 and 20, my nigga. That's some numbers. That's some numbers. And you don't win MVP. 5 assists and 4 blocks. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop.
Yeah,
That's the part of the NBA I don't like, bro. It's like it's even with Halliburton, and I like Halliburton, but they throw him up there as the MVP behind Jokic. It's like, bro, he had a few good. I like him. I'm not saying he ain't the truth, but they just seem to manufacture.
LeBron didn't even have a triple-double.
But I'm just saying, like, they just manufacture shit. You don't need to. The product is too good, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep on the game, but when I woke up, I see LeBron hoisting a trophy, and I was like, oh.
And I didn't even know he won MVP.
I knew it. That
crazy how they do how they play Davis.
Force feed shit. It's just force feeding shit down your throat, man. It's like you don't need to do that, bro. Like it's ESPN's on that shit too, and you know, they have a lot of influence. They've been had influence, man. But even with the college, I know we talk NBA, but even with the college football playoff, we all like it. We all knew it went how it went. I'm not trying to debate that, but just the fact that ESPN got to get on there and just twist the narrative with LeBron. He's 38 years old. No one's ever done this, and da da da. And it just, I don't know, man. Just, I didn't like it personally. Like Stack said, man, I'm not even an Anthony Davis fan, but he's 40 and 20, and he doesn't get the MVP.
He didn't shoot 1 3.
Not 1 3.
He didn't shoot 1 3, man. He played like he's supposed to, man. All his points came inside that 3-point line.
That goes to show you, like, people. I get it. People gonna jump on that pace. Oh, they beat the Celtics. They beat the Bucks. I mean, that the niggas, they had a good game. They played out their mind them games. I mean, they was hyped up. Like those said, they was hyped up. Y'all wanted to put y'all hat on that, but poor Porzingis was there. He probably would have Anthony Davis their ass. You know,
that's can't guard nobody.
Right. Nah, they can score. I'm
a big Halliburton fan, by the way. I'm not trying to take anything away from him.
We ain't no Halliburton. Shout out to Halliburton.
But even with him, you just like Stoney said, 1 triple-double. You would think this kid had like everything's historic. Everything is this, everything is that. Just let the games play out. Like, I know it's entertainment though, so it's kind of like one of those things where I feel like probably being hypocritical. We're doing entertainment as we speak right here, but sometimes it's just way too much. Like everything else going on in the news, just shove it down your throat. No one could actually think for themselves right now. Everything's a flock, believing in this, believing in that, not really doing your own research, automatically believing that. If you didn't watch that game, you would have thought LeBron had 40 and 20 last night.
Right, like me. Like I didn't know that till Stacks gave me that.
And this is coming from someone who's not I'm not an Anthony Davis guy, but the guy played his ass off, bro. He played his ass off. And if you think about it, in the bubble, if he didn't hit that fucking shot,
that 3-pointer,
LeBron wouldn't have got that shit, bro. So let's I gotta give respect when respect due to AD. He's the real MVP.
But that being said, though, you can say that about, and that's again, y'all fucking LeBron. What's my son call them? Bron-sexuals. Don't jump off the fucking train because it's a lot of his rings that if another player didn't hit a certain shot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
Ray
saying?
Allen, definitely.
It wasn't like with MJ. When MJ got that, I mean, that's why I pick MJ. MJ's 1 for me. That's my opinion. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I put MJ 1, him 2. And
right.
Oh, what about Kobe? Kobe played with the Diesel, dog.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. He played with the Diesel. Played with the fuck in his prime.
In his prime. Like when you get him the ball, there was nobody stopping him.
Disrespect for Shaq gotta fucking stop. Like it has to fucking stop. The people act like, oh, Kobe. Nigga, the Diesel was dead, dog.
Diesel was dead, man.
When you throw the ball down low and the whole state of California dropped down. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was always 1-on-1. And shout out to the Mamba. The Mamba was great.
Yeah, the Mamba was great.
He's number 3 on my list. That's just me.
Yeah, Mamba was good, man.
But yeah, that it's a lot of questions about LeBron and them rings. I mean, shout out to Ray Allen. Ray Allen don't hit that shot, you can take that one. Kyrie Irving don't hit that shot, you can take that one. You know what I'm saying? So
if we talking NBA right now, how do you all feel, Stacks and Crook? How do you all feel about these inflated numbers, man? I think more than any sport, these numbers are fucking inflated, bro.
Yeah, well, it's the lack of defense. That's what it is.
Lack of defense.
Lack of defense. I mean, there's certain teams. Celtics play D. A couple of teams don't play D. Like there's nobody play.
Right. We don't have that team that's known for their D. Like like the Pistons back in the days, the Knicks. Even more recently, the Rip Hamilton and them Detroit Pistons. That defense was fierce. I think that's the reason why they beat the Lakers in the final.
Even the Grizzlies, they was known for their D.
Yeah,
that's why it was called Grind City. You had to go in there and grind out a win. It wasn't
right
to win. So, but now it's like everybody's. I mean, these kids are way more athletic, so you gotta expect to. Remember back we played though, you might have had one or two kids.
Yeah, for sure.
On the team that can get up and dunk. But now when I'm coaching, now I'm got the layup line, the whole fucking team doing windmills. You know what I'm saying?
But that being said, that means you could play just as much defense too, though. It's like, But I hear what you're saying. There's more athletes. Don't get me wrong.
So I get the scoring is going to be
the talent's been the talent. I said this a couple of weeks ago in the NBA. The talent to me, the league is deeper than it's ever been. But what I'm trying to say is, though, it's like some of these numbers is just like every time I look up, it's like you score 40 or 50. It's like, so, I mean, you got Desmond Bain scored 46 points the other night. And he's a good player, but
he's a
46.
49, get it right, 49.
49, I'm like, damn.
Listen, that was a Celtics draft pick right there. Every time that kid scores, I think about what it could have been with that kid, man.
Is he what's the he plays the 4?
Nah, Bain played it too.
Wow, he does?
Yeah, Bain played it too. Bain was good at college too.
Yeah, we drafted him.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. The Celtics drafted him and traded him.
I thought he was kind of heavy for the 2.
Nah, he's a stocky ass guard. Like they call him the little middle linebacker. He's just
exactly, man. That dude stocky, man.
Yeah, he's a stocky ass dude. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, this is I think it's due to the and then kids ain't playing D like they used to. So I mean,
they're not, man. Everything is just scoring.
And then in the playoffs, the defense does get.
And how do you all feel about the triple double? I think that's the most overrated stat in sports.
No, I don't think so, though. I disagree on that. Triple double, that to me is if you could get 10, 10, and 10.
You're gonna check the breakdown. Check the breakdown on the assists they're giving these cats. They're giving players assists on shit they have no business giving them assists on.
Yeah.
They gave an assist to Yogi the other day. He gave it to Caldwell Pope at the top of the 3. Caldwell Pope dribbled the ball 4 times. Ran and did a layup. They gave him an assist on that to give him a triple-double. It seems like the NBA, and I get it, we're gambling on it. We're doing fantasy. I'm not saying it ain't a great feat, but before, it was hard to get one. Now, people are just getting those daily.
I think it's because if I give you the ball and then you go try to score however way you're going to score it, and you score, it's going to be an assist.
Yeah, it is now. They didn't do that back in the day. And I'm not one of those.
Back in the day, I don't know how you could chalk that stat like that, though. How you follow that stat if they didn't do that back in the day? I don't know how. I'm just saying. I just don't know.
They weren't giving assists out as easily as they was back in the day. Now they were showing that they used to give assists. You couldn't dribble the ball 3 times and do a layup and get an assist.
Yeah, I didn't know that. You
couldn't.
I didn't know that. I thought assist was.
No, and it's not that I'm trying to downplay any of these guys' greatness right now. I'm not. But I had to when I look into something, I have to deep dive into that shit. They used to give Stockton a lot of phantom assists in Utah. I'm not going to the official scorer. And I love Jokic. I'm not trying to take away his greatness. But what I'm saying is they gave him he had a shit game the other day. And they showed online the assist he got to get the triple-double at the end of the game. And it was just egregious, bro. It was egregious. I was like, wow, is this even – what are we doing? But I get it, though. We're in that age of fantasy, gambling, and I love it all. Do not get it twisted. And I do believe the NBA is deep as fuck. I'm just thinking these numbers right now, again, to the point, the inflation of these numbers is so ridiculous. I'm just like, whoa, could we play a little bit of defense right now? Could we make it a little bit harder to get these plateaus? But hey, this is what they want, and it's a good product. I'm not gonna not watch. But you know,
I've been watching.
Yeah, we in good hands, man. I like where the league is at today. I like seeing these youngsters, do their thing, ball hard, and I like seeing different teams, do good. I like when I see that passing of the torch, so to speak.
No, for sure. And I think Alec, the kid from Oklahoma City right now, man. For me, pound for pound, for me, because I know Jokic is falling a little bit. If you want to do the NBA talk, MVP type shit, I say Embiid's numbers right now are ridiculous. But that dude, for me, he's right there with Embiid right now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
yeah,
he's right there.
I've been on him for a couple of years now, man.
They're winning games
right now. For me, if I had to vote MVP, and I actually watched him the other night, I got to go with Anthony Edwards, dog. He killing right now. That kid is on some.
But you know what? I'm not gonna tell you no stats, but you know who's getting a lot of. You gotta give go. I hate to say this, Gobert right now. If he went down, he's the one right now making that shit go because that defense is bro.
Yeah, it's always been like that with him. He used to get shit on a lot in Utah. I didn't like the way.
But he's don't get me wrong. Edwards right now don't get it twisted. But I'm telling you, man, right now that defense is serious, man. It's in his regular season shit. I don't know if he could carry that over because I know in Utah they used to do the same. But he right now, obviously defensive player of the year, I think goes to him. But he's making that shit easy.
To vote for it right now, he definitely would go to him.
And he's helping that in the league right now.
I'm not a fan of his, man, but him and Edwards right now, man. That's a deadly combination right now.
And their role players are pretty good too.
McDaniels.
Yeah, McDaniels.
Who's that kid from Slow Mo?
Yeah, Slow Mo. Slow Mo need to come on home too, baby. Cut that shit off. You got the Derek White. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you got the Derek White thing going?
You got the Derek White without
Derek White came home.
That shit off, dog. Come on.
Derek White came home, man.
He had to.
Derek White had to, man.
He had to. Shout out to Derek, man. Derek had 30 the other night too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Derek, man. I like.
I think he's right now. He's the best player on the team right now on both ends.
Yeah, on both ends. You say both ends. I told you the key is we will win a championship if he's steady. I'll tell you that. If he's steady and Porzingis is healthy, that this team will win a championship. And they would beat Milwaukee. I'm gonna tell you in 6 because I was telling you they would beat Milwaukee in 6 if everything's clicking. If everything's because people say about the Celtics depth, Milwaukee don't have depth either. I mean, low key, Bobby Porter's playing like dog shit. You know what I'm saying? So people just
what's so crazy, Stacks? When you bring over someone like Damian Lillard, I think it was good for them to do that. I'm not saying it wasn't, but it's so weird when you bring a player over like that, how it could affect other people. Because you remember Porter used to come off the bench and have a green light.
He did.
Yeah.
Now he come off the bench. He's like what? I think both champs getting more burn than him or getting more shots than him.
They panicked though. When Giannis said he wasn't gonna sign that contract, they panicked. And that's when they got a Dame. But they should have kept that core intact with Drew and just added some pieces. That's what they had to do. They panicked when Giannis said, I ain't coming back here. I ain't running this back. Okay, we ain't gonna run it back, but I could bring some different pieces. Dame is nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's not.
That shit, but they gonna miss Drew. I'm telling you, they gonna miss.
Yeah, he brings the intangible.
Yo, I used to fucking hate playing against that dude in the playoffs. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, me too. I mean, he
used to hate playing against that dude, man.
Wait till he clicks. Wait till he finally really clicks with the Celtics, man. That's when I think we're gonna really take off.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be. He killed this a couple of years ago, man. He's the reason why we had to go to Milwaukee in Game 6 and win, and then beat him in Game 7 because he played a hell of a game at the TD Garden a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's that shit. Game 5. Remember he blocked Marcus Doe and threw it off his head out of bounds.
Right. Yeah, that
game right there, dog.
That was game, man. That shit was it. That's what he brings. That's what he brings to the game. He brings those intangibles, man. He's a hustler. He's a warrior, man. You want that. A roughneck, you know?
But
you'll get those points when you need it.
They still got to add something off that bench, though. You just need one more piece, and I think they have it with the kid from Arkansas. I just don't understand. I mean, he's in the G League killing too, and I was like, yo, bro, you gotta play that kid, man.
But I think they want to do a more veteran, like how the 2008, how they got like a PJ Brown or a James, you know, one of those type of veteran. And you know, I like Walsh. I'm just saying, I think what they're thinking is, are you going to trust a 19-year-old in the playoffs, and you know, in spots though, you got to put him in right situation. You got to put, that's the coaching right there. You got to put him in right spots. I mean, we're just asking him to get Brown or Tatum just a little 5-minute blow. That's it. But you know what, those Stacks, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna get him for the playoffs and Crook, you gotta bring him up now. You can't wait till.
That's what I'm saying. I agree. I'm saying
bring him. You can't wait till they're 40, 50 games in and bring him in and think he's gonna adapt. You can't do that.
There's no reason he can't play.
I mean, if
he can play right.
Bring him in.
He can
if
play
they have
right.
plans to bring him up, you know.
Because even the whole thing about traveling in the NBA and doing all that, it ain't just about being on the court. You know, these cats, the AAU and the college, don't get me wrong, you move around. Stats could attest to that. It ain't the NBA. NBA, you playing in Florida one day, then you flying to LA the next day. Like, the kid gotta adapt to that, man. Like, I'm not saying don't. I would bring him up, but I want to do that sooner than later, man. Right now, we still a little early.
Why draft these kids if you ain't gonna play? Just trade the draft.
I don't think, but when they drafted him, Stacks, I don't think they thought they had a chance at Drew. I really don't. I don't think they. I know they don't play the same position. What I'm trying to say is, though, I think that just switched the whole.
Their whole that kid slid as far as he did that week.
Mindset.
Yeah, I think they got. I didn't think they had a shot at Drew.
They didn't have. I don't think they did because it wasn't up to them. It wasn't up to them. That at the end of the day, Portland and they were holding out. So we didn't know. No one knew that. We could all agree to that. So, but I agree with you both of y'all on the bigger level. I would take the chance on him, bringing him up and having him be that wing off the bench. But for me personally, I just don't think you could wait until after January or February because I don't play in the NBA, but you have to learn how to adapt this. Look at Drew Holiday, as good as he is. He's still trying to find his way. You know what I'm saying? And he's been in the league 15 fucking years. So you trying to bring a rookie in, then you have him coming up behind Hauser. He's coming up behind is like, you know, is he gonna find his way and find his groove in the rotation to give us that extra boost off the bench? I know he can shoot the three. I know he can play defense. I don't know about his playmaking. You probably know a little bit more than me, Stack. I only watched him in the.
He defends. He's a dirty work guy. He's that guy that'll give you 10, but you don't got to run no plays for him. You know what I'm saying? So he's going 6'8", athletic, can defend 1 through 4. That kid should be playing a little bit. I ain't saying a lot, just a little bit. I'm saying maybe 10 minutes here. Maybe he has some DNPs depending on the game, coach's decision, but he should be up. Getting the knowledge, even with the practices, he's gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like you got to bring him up and play this kid. I'm telling you, I watched him last year, like you said. Though we watched Arkansas in the tournament, he was tough for them, man.
He was
tough for them, and they made a run. I mean, they ran into UConn. UConn just buzz killed everybody, but that kid can help us, man. I just think he can help us.
I mean, they might have some plans for him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't see enough where he fits in the system. I mean, you know, it'd be like that. But hey, you know, hopefully we don't get rid of him, and you know, we continue to work with him, and then hopefully he does see some playing time.
You watch what happens though. If we make a trade and we bring in a veteran, I guarantee you a team asks for him.
Yeah.
Watch what I say.
That's how it goes.
They're gonna ask for him, like, yo.
I agree with you 100% on that.
We'll give you him.
I agree with you. They're not gonna trade Pritchard.
They ain't gonna trade Pritchard.
What y'all think about Sam Hauser?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Sam, I apologize, dog. I apologize to you, dog. I was ready to get you out of here.
Me too.
I was ready to get you out of here, Sam. If you keep shooting like that.
You know what? And Stacks will agree. As good as his shooting's been, his defense has been just as good, bro. I'm telling you, watch the games. Watch the games. He went from being solid. He ain't elite, obviously, but he went from being solid to a little bit better than solid. Like you could literally leave him out there for 20 minutes now and not worry about it.
Yeah. It's like
and he's not scared to shoot it either. I seen him shoot some
and
balls,
he's going to the cup more with authority. With authority. Nah, man. Shout out to him, bro.
I apologize, Sam. I was ready to get you out of here. I was ready to get you out of here.
He's been playing with confidence.
He's going to the rack. He's going to the rack. You know how much that means for a team? When you have someone crashing the boards like that, dunking and shit, and he's a quote-unquote three-point shooter, Stacks will tell you stats. Say one of your three-point specialists runs and bangs one. That don't get the bench going crazy. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That shit right there. These are little things this is the little shit in the games that I love that people. I'm not trying to act like I'm Mr. NBA, but those are the things that you don't, unless you really watch the game, little shit like that. That's why people love Marcus Smart so much. Because he would dive on the ground when he didn't really have to.
Yeah.
But we might look at it like, yo, he's showboating, but them niggas on the bench is like, yo, he's giving his body up for the team.
For what I hear too, though, that I hear he's a great teammate.
No, for sure. And he's a great person, by the way, because I had the chance to be around him through my girl and her job. But my point is that I like what House is doing because not only is he shooting the three, he's giving us plus defense. I'm not saying elite defense. I don't want no one chatting and commenting on my shit. And he's also rim running, man, and he's running to he's just not settling for threes. He ain't creating his own shot with the drip, but he's running, he's moving around, he's moving. And that's another thing we have to do as a Celtics, man. I love the movement this year. I love that they just not they do ISO. Don't get me wrong, Jalen and JT can still do the best of it with ISO, but everybody's moving. And when Porzingis is playing, JB is a different player. He's you see that 3-pointer the day he gave up and lobbed it into Porzingis?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I asked you to do, JB.
I love that.
I love that shit. I love it. He's still dribbling like a knucklehead, but whatever. But if he could, I just think when Porzingis just makes JB better. He just does. He just
they get along. I heard they ride to the games together and everything.
Yeah, he just makes it.
They're good friends.
It's just a good move.
So what's up with JB's rebounding?
He's never been a great rebounder.
He's never been a good rebounder. I think he can, but I don't know, man. People think I'm too hard on him, man. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to waste a lot of breath with him because I feel a certain way about him. I think he's a good player, but it's not about the money. I just feel he could do more.
He's never been a great rebounder. He's
more athletic than Tatum. He's stronger than Tatum. Well, I ain't going to say he's stronger than Tatum. They probably, Tatum's strong. But he could pass. He could do more. But like I said, I'm not going to,
I agree with that.
I'm not going to empty out the whole clip on the guy, man. We're number one in our division. I think he's trying. He still dribbles too much, but I just think that's him. That's his game. I mean, it is what it is. But to answer your question, Crook, he's just kind of one-dimensional at times, and I think he needs to work through that. He should be getting more boards. He should be getting at least 2-3 assists a game. Right. He shouldn't go 2 games without an assist. He should
more than just a scorer. Like if you're gonna
he always was a scorer, and then he could defend. JB could always defend. That's one thing you can't take from his defense is down a little bit. I'll say, but
it's down.
Yeah, it's down. But he used to always, that was his thing. He would definitely play defense. Well, that's what the Celtics always, if you ask anybody in the East, they probably would say the Celtics play deep, like on ball defense. Like they on ball. Like the Celtics, like when I used to coach, a coach would say this was a big thing. A coach, when he was recruiting the kids, would always say, "Can he guard his position?"
Right.
And the Celtics have a lot of guys that can guard their position. Like you said about Hauser. Hauser ain't the rep, but he can guard his position. Yeah. So that's why the Celtics. That's why they're good, man. That's why. And of course, the people won't think we biased, but it is. If they was bad, we'll tell y'all they bad.
No doubt. I mean, we bashed them last year. This is when
we bashed the Patriots every week. You know what I'm saying?
The show started. The history, the beginning of the show started during last year's Celtics debacle against the Heat. You know, like that. That's when this thing started, man. And yeah, of course, we bashed them, rightfully so, definitely. You know, but you know, we expect this from them. You know, we expect this team to come and come back this season playing the way they playing, especially with the additions they make, no doubt. But
yeah, for sure.
We got one goal. That's one goal, and that's to win that number 18.
Yeah, that's hopefully they get it done this year, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, man. So moving on, man. Anybody got anything for the gender-free segment?
I got one. All you parents out there that got little young kids, put them in baseball. Oh, Doe can contest to this one. Yo, let me tell you something. When I met Doe, he was an ill baseball player. I don't know why he left it alone. I don't know why he left it alone, but I don't know why. But he was good. But yo, Stoney, 700 milli.
Yes, that's where I was going. That's where I was going. My agenda free as well, man. I was going there, man. 700.
Though you can take it because I know baseball is your thing. I know baseball, but
you know what? I'm gonna go on the opposite of it.
How can they justify that price on somebody? Like how?
No, you know what? You can, because he's without. I don't want to get canceled, but he's international, man. He signed that contract. They shut the whole country of Japan down, celebrating. And baseball wants to be global. He could play both. He could pitch in and I mean, if I was building a team, if you have it, spend it on him. But what I'm upset about, and I know it's still early in the off season, but the Red Sox, man, they're getting to the point now where.
How you feel about the Verdugo trade, though?
Huh?
How you feel about that Verdugo trade?
That's the thing. These are all little knick-knack bullshit. This is not gonna move the needle, man. You have to. I'm not saying sign Ohtani, by the way. I'm not saying do that, but you gotta stop spending money again, bro. And the fact of the matter is,
like the Yankees.
Yeah, like the fact of the matter is, they want to run. They got rid of the guy. They got rid of a guy who ran the team like a small market guy who they got from Tampa Bay, and you bring in another guy who's an analytical guy, which is fine. But at the end of the day, man, you and it's still early. So let me not. I don't want.
It's still early.
It's early. So, but we do a show weekly, so I gotta talk what's going on there.
Right.
I don't want them to dumpster dive for people. Like that trade for Verdugo, they got a lot of guys. One of them was a decent reliever, but everything else is you throwing against the wall. And don't get me wrong, Verdugo is an average baseball player. A great fielder, he's an average hitter. He's an average major league hitter, right? Average. So you ain't gonna get anything crazy in return. But if you trade him in your division, you gotta kind of like mark it up a little bit. I don't know if Crooks agree with that. So if I'm trading within the division, you gotta get a little bit more than what you got. Okay, that's what it is. You traded for a right-handed bat from St. Louis, O'Neill, who he had a good year, and in Fenway Park, he could probably be a good ball player. He's a good outfielder. But these are all like fringe moves, man. And as a Red Sox fan, as you could see, and as a baseball fan, as you could see, and I'll be real with you, I probably know more about baseball than any other sport, and I know a lot about those other sports. I just think you ain't gonna. You have to spend money, man, in that division. It is what it is. Now, that being said, you have to spend it right, and right now they're not. It doesn't feel like they're trending that way. But like Crook said, and it's still early, but I'm doing a weekly show, so I have to speak on what's going on now. I just feel like they're gonna do a little bit more
Are they ever going to dress the elephant in the room with that fucking pitching? They haven't
That's
addressed
the thing. That's the thing.
I think
The
they are.
Japanese kids out there. I
Japanese
don't think they want to give them
that.
that. I don't think they want to give them 300.
They need that horse.
But they need to.
They need a horse.
They need to.
Yeah. But I did hear about the Snell. They looking at Snell real hard. I heard.
Yeah, but I don't mind Snell. But the fact of the matter is, you're gonna need him and him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You can't do one or the other.
Yeah.
You can't. You need two.
I agree.
If you ain't gonna spend money on hitting, you need two of those things at the top of the line.
I want to see them spend money on pitching first.
I agree.
Hey, shout out to Nathan Evaldi. Look at him.
But that's the thing. Man. You let him go.
Yeah.
He would have stayed here. You let him go. But you know, the thing is that was a different regime, so we can't blame this guy here. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the ownership, man, like you know the owner owns NASCAR, he owns Pittsburgh Penguins, he owns the Liverpool in the Premier League. He's got deals with LeBron. His shit's spread all over the place. I don't think the Red Sox are a priority for them. They won their championships, but you got to remember, man, with the Celtics doing what they're doing, the Bruins is doing what they're doing. The Patriots.
Well, who owns the Bruins though? Does the
Jacob still owns the Bruins?
Jacob still owns, and they own the TD Garden.
Yeah. So, but you know what? They always try to upgrade. I just think the Red Sox right now are doing this shit where the Patriots are doing. I know it's different, but it's the same as they want to just get by on spending minimum wage, getting minimum wage shit. And you can't do that, bro. Like, I'm not saying give Ohtani $700. Me personally, as a baseball guy, I don't think I would spend $700 on him. He's worth $700 to somebody.
I'm glad that wasn't us.
No, I'm glad it wasn't us, for sure.
They're gonna be in trouble.
But that being said, I would spend $700 on two pitches. I would spend $700 on two pitches.
That Dodger payroll is bonkers.
It's bonkers, but you see, they haven't been doing that in the last couple of years. Because let me tell you something, baseball, it ain't what it's not what it used to be when the spending was the thing to do. I seem like now baseball is more of a just building a nice roster.
It's true.
That could just play great in the postseason. I mean, let me tell you, a lot of these big money players just fall apart in the postseason for some reason. When they get to the end of the year, it's like they know it.
Though Texas did spend a lot of money, but overall, your point is correct. Everybody,
I think with baseball, it's the regular season. It's the 162 games. It's the stardom, the star power, the teams they field in. That's where they're getting their money. You can see these stars play during the regular season, but the goal is to win championships. So when your stars don't perform in the postseason, there's a problem. Then they was performing then, you know. But if you look at even when the Yankees were winning, they wasn't having a lot of these big star power. They would have maybe one or two stars on their team, but their team, Jeter and the Bernie Williams and the Posadas, they would add a free agent here and there.
Can't mention the Yankee team.
All-star
squad. Mention that Yankee team, Stoney, without Jeter.
Huh?
You can't mention them Yankees without Jeter.
Jeter was, they was winning without superstars. Once they started adding the superstars, think about it. They did win one with A-Rod, but
but overall, you're right. But you know what it was, Crook? They weren't spending their money correctly. And you're right. Overall, but your original point, Crook, is true. A lot of these people are developing these guys, drafting them out of college, getting them out of Dominican. The Dominicans with the pipeline, with the training camps and DR. Most teams have their own camp down there now. And now you get a lot of players from Venezuela. You get a lot of players from where Bogarts is from, the
Netherlands,
The Netherlands, yes. So you're developing these guys. I think this Dominican, I could be wrong, but he plays for Milwaukee. He just got a guaranteed deal as like an 18-year-old. He didn't even play a game in the pros yet. So your overall point is true. But the Red Sox, the last 3 years, tried to develop their farm system, and the jury's out. Some give them a good mark, some people give them a bad mark. So
And that's why they tried to get lightning in the bottle with the Devil Ray guy, because Tampa Bay just has a great fucking farm system. Man.
No, they got a great system over there.
They just get rid of one and just.
But you know what? I didn't even know he never was a GM.
And they always there. They always
just around the GM, so they thought he would be.
I think Tampa it's a team over there. I think it's a team of scouting. It's their scouting department. Shout out to the scouting department.
Well, they just. Yeah, every time they don't pay no. Well, they paid the young kid right now that got the he's another one got caught with the young joint.
Oh yeah,
They gave him the money, and that was a good contract. That was a fair contract according to their philosophy. That was a.
Remember when they had all them? Tampa Bay had the BJ Uptons and what's the other kid?
Longoria, Crawford.
Longoria. Remember they never paid him. They never
paid them. They all left. They would all leave.
If you want to, you remember when they first came out? You remember that team they had with Greg Vaughn and Jose Canseco?
Rocco Baldelli. Baldelli coaching at the Twins. Am I right?
Yeah. He's from Rhode Island. Yep. He
Is he coaching the Twins?
Yeah, he's coaching the Twins.
I think he is.
Yeah. He's coach. I think he's still coaching them out there. Because last I remember he was coaching them.
No, he's still coaching them. And they're actually they got a good. The way you talked about a crook, they're building from within and signing a few key mid-level guys, and you're right. That's the way you got to do it. But as far as
Arizona,
the Red Sox are concerned, you have. But the thing is, the difference is the Minnesota Twins draft a good pitching. Though, see, you could do when you develop. The Red Sox can't develop pitching. It's like the Patriots with wide receivers.
Yeah, I knew you was going there.
They got Bello. Shout out to Bello, but overall they can't develop anybody.
Yeah, they can't, man. But but you see, look who's in the World Series this year. You're gonna see more of that. Get ready.
Yeah,
you're gonna see. Look what happened to the Mets. Y'all didn't see what happened to them. They spent a boatload of money.
Hold on, the Mets, the fucking San Diego Padres.
Padres. All of them, and they didn't even the playoffs. They didn't even sniff the playoffs.
Offload that shit. They got rid of Soto.
To be fair though, Texas did spend crazy too, but the difference is they had a good
pitch. Yeah, on pitch, like you talked about on pitch.
And a great manager.
True.
That manager, I think he's going to cement himself as a Hall of Famer. That manager, he's the one that was winning all the championships.
In San Fran,
San Fran. And San Fran was bought.
He said he was chilling on the couch when they called him.
Chilling on the couch.
It took him like 30 minutes to walk to the fucking pitcher's mound. I was like, man, how many
baseball is managing. You know that? Baseball is managing. Baseball is managing. It's all about getting your players comfortable and putting them in the right spot. That's more than anything, believe it or not.
It's true. No, it's
players need to be, because think about how athletic they need to be when they just sitting. Sometimes a lot of them don't get any action. They just sat in the right field because no fly balls was hit to them probably most of the game. They probably didn't get they probably had to wait till the 8th inning to get a fly ball. A lot of times you sitting out there not doing nothing. So it's not so much athletic. It's more about managing and keeping these players.
Definitely psychological game.
That GM search for the Red Sox, though, was crazy. A lot of people said no to that interview. A lot of people said no. They didn't want to.
Yeah, because Cora got too much of an influence. So
that's what it was?
Yeah, he got a lot of influence.
Cora's good, man.
I like him.
A lot of
I like him. I don't mind him. I'm just saying he got a lot of influence in that organization. So you have to run shit by him. You ain't gonna be like, hey, like the guy from LA, he got the Friedman, that's him. The guy in Philly, that's him.
Yeah.
Those big market teams that have those guys, but with the Red Sox, you gotta run that shit by Corbin. And they run it by the man. Don't get me wrong, but he has a lot. Trust me, and a lot of people didn't want that.
Let me tell you, the year that we ran the table with Cora that year, man.
Yeah, 18.
they cemented themselves as the greatest team that year because they beat all the greatest teams.
Yeah,
that
but
year. And they made it look
that
easy.
team was loaded though.
That team was loaded though, man. That team, that had David Price and Chris Hill come out the bullpen, man.
They beat Tampa, they beat New York, they beat Houston, they beat LA, they beat all the. I think they beat.
That's one of the best teams ever. Yeah,
that's when that outfield was Killer Bees was out there. That shit was
Killer Bees. Yeah, that defense was serious, man.
Yeah, Devers as a rookie.
Nothing was getting past him.
Yep. And then not none of them guys. Only one that's doing, I think, only one is Betts, I think, that's doing pretty good. But the rest of them, like Benintendi, I don't know what the fuck. He's on the Yankees, I think.
I think Martinez is still playing all right.
Benintendi fell off. They all fell off, man.
Overall, they all fell off, but Martinez is still decent. He's still
if anything, man. Yeah, they just, but they had their run though. You know, that's the thing with baseball, man. You gotta, you gotta enjoy that run, man. And financially, you had those contracts, and you gotta make those investments, But you're gonna be all right in baseball if you got more than 6-7 years playing baseball, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. You manage yourself well, because the minimum in baseball is pretty good, man. And it's guaranteed. So, they had a nice run. Benintendi, I'm more shocked because he seemed like somebody that was gonna continue to get better, and I don't know, he just faded away.
He did.
And he definitely didn't live up to what he should have been though. He was a number 4 pick too. He was supposed to be like but he still helped us immensely. That catch in Houston.
That catch in Houston.
That was a big catch.
That was a huge catch, man. The way he was amped after that shit had me amped.
That was my favorite team, man. Even more than 2004, man. That 2018 team was like
man. 2004 was my favorite team. I'll say that team's number 2. I admit.
For what 2004 did for sure. The run, the championship itself. But if you look at that 18 team, that might be one of the top 5 teams ever.
Listen,
I agree.
Ever.
That David Ortiz home run, man. In game
obviously the moments. The moments, the way they came back,
like those said.
I said team. I didn't say championship.
I know what you're saying,
players by team. But
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like,
but the run, Crook, that 18 team had Devers as a rookie,
right?
Barely playing.
He came in as a rookie, and then you had David Price and Chris Hill come out the bullpen. That's how that team was. Man, listen, but you're right though. Overall, it's like 2001 Patriots. It's like obviously you can't measure the importance of it. 2004, no doubt. I mean, it broke the curse. They came back 3-0. They beat the Yankees. But for me, I'm just like I said, it's my opinion. That talent on 18, man. That's my number. That's my number 2. You can put that 18 team against the 96 Yankees, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
They
was talented that year.
Go to that roster when we get off this phone. When we get off this call, you're gonna be like, damn.
That 98.
Of course, Manny and Poppy, man. Those are our guys, man. I love those guys, man. Like
Chris Hill ERA that year was crazy, dog. You wasn't hitting Chris Hill.
You had Porcello, you had Evaldi, you had and I had that. I went to my cousin had season tickets.
There was another kid too, though. Who's the other pitcher we had that was pretty? He was good. It was a young kid on that team too.
Joe Kelly.
No, it was Kelly was there, but there was another one. He was pretty young. Remember, he was good though.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Was he a starter or reliever?
He was a reliever. He started a couple of games though. He did start a couple of games.
Was it Brazier?
No, if I would know his name if you said it, but he was good. He was young though. He was real young.
2018, right? Yeah. So you had Mitch Moreland.
I'm going through the roster.
Rodriguez. Moreland was good, man.
Edward Rodriguez? Eduardo?
I can't remember his name, man. He was young. Was it Buckholz? Was Buckholz on that team?
Nah.
Oh, I thought he was.
Not Buckholz. No, Buckholz is
you had Kimbrel, you had Rodriguez.
Hey, Kimbo was tough too. He was tough too.
Porcello. You might be thinking Porcello because Porcello won the Cy Young that year, I believe. Or the year
maybe that was, that's one thing.
Matt Barnes. Then they had Mookie Betts, Devers, Bogarts, man, JD Martin. Man, that fucking team was.
Yeah,
that team was crazy, man.
Well, my guy was who's that white dude, man? He was a roughneck, man.
Who, Brock Hope?
He came over from St. Louis. Not Brock Hope. I'm trying to see right now if I see him.
Was he a pitcher?
Nah, he was on that. He was on that. Nah, he was on that 2013 championship team.
You probably talking about
that white dude, big beard. He was a big dude. He was a hitter.
Napoli.
Yeah, Napoli.
That was my dude, man.
He was tough.
That dude was, that was a great pickup that year, but that was 2013. He wasn't on that.
We even had Brandon Phillips on that 18 team. He even made the playoff roster.
From the Reds, I think.
Yeah.
Damn, he
didn't make the playoff roster. Bro, that 18 team, I'm telling you, go down that fucking Ian Kinsler. Bro, they had they're not Hall of Famers, but Brandon Phillips and Ian Kinsler are borderline Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we had Hanley Moran.
Bro. Bro, I'm telling you. Bro, that roster was fucking stacked,
money,
bro.
Man.
Yeah, that's when the Red Sox wasn't scared to spend money, though.
Exactly. Steve Pierce.
He won
the fucking MVP. Should have been Price.
No, speaking of stealing money, remember that Cuban guy we signed and
Rusney Castillo? Yeah.
Yo, that dude never did shit.
Nah, he made 75 million.
Like you said, though, they spent money the right way too.
They did that, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they we don't get crazy like that with the money, man. I noticed that. I thought we did, but we get crazy, but we get crazy in the right way, and it doesn't bite us in the ass.
And the thing is, though, they have the highest prices.
Panda bit us in the ass.
Yeah, Panda bit us in the ass. But the problem is you can't get scared when you spend money and it don't work out. And the fact is, though,
you're right, you can't.
You keep raising prices, man. Like it's this year, you've seen it, man. They stopped going to games, bro. I don't know if y'all watched the games this year.
Oh no, I know they stopped going to games.
They stopped going. So if you have another year like that, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, man.
That's all I got.
Anybody? Well, my agenda free was pretty much on that same topic, that 700 million, man. My whole thing with that was how can they justify that price? Yeah, he's international, all that, but I think he had his second Tommy John surgery, so I don't. If they expecting to get the pitch out of him, they're gonna be risky. It's gonna be risky. 1, 2, damn, are they that desperate? I mean,
they are.
I know they got a market out there, but man, that's a hell of a fucking signing, man. And approach, to your roster. And what does that say to everybody else? And building that team. So I found that kind of like, nobody thought it was 700. Everybody was thinking more 500, but damn, 700.
Nah, I think it was always 6. I think Toronto.
Yeah, I thought 6.
It was always 6. I think Toronto was coming in between.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be 6. I thought it was going to be 6.
I thought it was going to be 6 too. I think Toronto.
But you said 7. You're right, Crook. I was like 7.
Well, the thing is, remember he had 2 Tommy John surgeries.
No,
so
for
it's
sure.
Like, okay, so it's like, all right. I mean, well, I'm assuming he's going to pitch again. He's going to have to. They're not paying him that much.
Not yet. But that's why I brought the international portion of it in.
He's going to pitch again.
No, but Crook, that's why I brought the international portion of it in, because I don't think they expect him. I don't think he's going to pitch even next year, bro. I really believe it's going to be 2 more years until he does.
Yeah, it'll be a while. They're not going to rush it.
Or a year and a half. He'll probably not next year, but he'll come in the year after, like during the All-Star break. He'll make his first start. I mean, That's my opinion, but
they'll just get his back, you know. But man,
I just think they gave him that money before that.
That's a lot of money.
I told my brother not to make it a racial thing. I said if he was black or white, would he get that $700 million? I don't think he would.
No,
because he's not international. That's just my opinion.
Good though? What do you think? I mean,
because I think he got it because he's international. That's just because that's why they want him in Canada.
That's part of it.
Now, with that being said, when he's healthy,
I think that's why he got it, because they know how dominant he could be as a pitcher, and they hoping that he could get better as a pitcher.
But you said it yourself though, he's not guaranteed to come back at. You know, Tommy Johns, man.
Tommy Johns is.
I know you watch baseball. Two Tommy Johns, you are not guaranteed to come back on that.
Yeah, it's
maybe one. You can't bank on him pitching again with two. I'm sorry, bro. And I'm a baseball fanatic, bro. Two, that's tough. I mean, hey, like I said, power to him and
power to the Dodgers. Because look, I bet you the rest of us was like, hell no. They might have did it.
I wouldn't have did it.
I would. I would
have spent that on two pitches.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Look at Trout. Look how that working out. Look at Trout. He signed. Trout had the biggest deal before, I think, Ohtani. I think it was.
I think it was Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. But there was a time where
Trout was one for a year or so.
Yeah.
And then I think that took over from him, right?
Yeah, but not. And both of them are always hurt. But Bryce plays a lot more than Trout, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see,
I think Bryce is better than Trout. I don't know why. I don't know why people put Trout up there when he never played.
Like you said to me one time, though, he ain't even the best player on his team.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why they push him on us like that. I do not know. As baseball fans,
you know what? If we trade for him, I'll take him. Shit.
Oh, for sure. No, 100%.
I'll take Trout in a trade, no doubt. But that money ain't working out. Look, he's not even what.
Bro, sorry, Crook. I finally got my money in his 9-17, my nigga, and I won that bet. I won 20. Yo, I'm making an email to DraftKings. That's bullshit, bro. I got a bet on this second half now. I'm like, come on, fam. It took me
bullshit.
It ain't like I want a drink. I want some money. It ain't like I want a G though. But I'm like,
let me tell you. I really think these dudes, they really like wait. I think they get their information like in a different way, and that's how we get paid. As soon as they get that info,
to be fair, it was on Daily Fantasy. It wasn't on the betting site. To be fair, but my accounts are linked.
So DraftKings play pretty well. I mean, I know when I bet on the when I wager on sports, they pay pretty good.
No, that's the thing though. No, but that's why I was telling you, Crook. I made my money today on Daily. Right. So I was doing Daily Fantasy. So I didn't make it on the actual gambling. It's gambling, obviously, but I didn't make it on the wager part of it. But my accounts are linked. So you're right. They must have been checking the rushing yards, stats, whatever. But
they got to get the final record. They got to get the final stat.
I'm like, damn it, though. But when I do lose,
because you know what, you know what the problem is. A lot of times, like when you get negative yardage, it takes away from.
You're right. You're right. The quarterback. Even when they nail at the end of the games, they take a point.
I've seen people lose on those nails and shit.
But I came up. So shout out to DraftKings, shout out to Daily Fantasy, shout out to Joe Flacco, shout out to Debo Samuel. I'm giving y'all the flowers. The Chicago defense shout out. I'm sorry, guys, but I had to shout them out because they made my weekend, man. And I could bet on this second half.
Yo, shout out to Chicago, man. No doubt, man. Shout out to the Bills. Shout out to the Bills because the boogie, they got to pay me for the second week. I was in the hole with them, but the Bills got me out of that hole, and they got.
Congratulations, brother! You know I love you for that. I'm giving you your flowers for that.
To me, is huge. Every time
I love that, man. Getting out that when you bet all weekend, you got fucked over, and then you just hit to get above water on Sunday night. I could wake up tomorrow like word.
Yeah.
I could bet on those two games. You want to hit on those two games real quick or no?
What happened?
Before we go, do you want to hit on those two games real quick on tomorrow night? Because we didn't hit on them.
Yeah. Let's hit on them. Yeah, we have to. Let's hit on them tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, we got I could run down the slate.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
We got Tennessee at Miami. Miami's favored by 13.5. The over-under is 46. Who do you have? Let me start with Stacks. Who do you have on that? What do you got?
I'm gonna go. Come back to me. Come back. I got to think. I got one game that I'm thinking about.
What do you got on that, Crook? You heard the numbers, right? Minus 13.5, 46 over under the total.
Yeah, I'm looking at the total. I think I'm taking the under on that one. I'm gonna take the under 46. I'm gonna ride that primetime under record that's been dominating right now, and I see this as that type of game. You know, Tennessee. You know, their game plan is keep the ball out of Tua's hands.
Yeah,
So they're
gonna make it a run. Yeah, I like the under, and I like Tennessee covering that 13.5 because of Derrick Henry.
Right, and if I had to take a side, I would lean that way as well.
I like that. I just think Miami gonna be Miami could be a sneaky 1 seed. I mean that they got to.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to play them in the playoffs.
I think Baltimore might have something to say about that, but
you have to go to Miami. Woo. That's tough. That's tough. If they get the 1 seed, everybody got to come through Miami. They dangerous.
I think Baltimore could beat them there, though.
You think so?
I think so, because that defense could hold them off just enough.
Yeah.
For them to stick to I think Baltimore could get in a shootout with them.
Yeah, that's a good matchup.
Yeah, that's a good matchup.
I'm not saying it 100% stats, but I think they could go there and it could be something. I like that being a 1 seed though. I could see that.
Yeah, they right there. They right there.
Yeah, they there.
I think it's between them and Baltimore. Am I right?
Yeah. 1 and 2. I think Baltimore's 1 right now, but so let me ask you this real quick. If Miami wins tomorrow, do they have the tiebreaker with Baltimore, or is Baltimore still 1?
I think
that's a good question, man.
I think it might be, if you go strength of schedule, Baltimore's got the better strength of schedule.
They got
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna tell you right now. Yo, Miami would be number 1.
Yeah.
Miami have a better conference record.
Oh, they have a better. Yeah, you're right. Because I think
Miami 6-2, Baltimore 6-3.
Yeah, because they lost. Baltimore lost that game. Who they lose against? That
Cleveland, I think.
Cleveland game. Yep.
And Miami is going to be number 1 because they're going to beat Tennessee.
Yeah. So wow.
Be careful. I wouldn't want to fuck with Cleveland with Flacco in there right now. In that
defense. And that defense. You're right. You're right.
Wow, man. This playoff pitch is going to be crazy all the way to the end. I think every game to the last game of the season is going to be
in the AFC, yeah. In the AFC. I think whoever gets that 5th seed in the NFC they'll concede like, yo, fuck it. I'll go to Atlanta and play them. I don't give a fuck.
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to put a future on Buffalo.
No,
They're not even in the playoff picture, but they odds right now to make the playoffs. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice, and I think that I'm gonna pull that trigger tomorrow morning on Buffalo.
I have
something small though, you know.
In the second game, we got Green Bay at New York,
I'll go Green Bay, man. Green Bay trending up right now.
Green Bay,
I'll go Green Bay.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go on a limb, Stoney. I'm gonna take the over.
That Green Bay Giants?
Yep. And I know you're gonna bug and look at me like, what?
Yeah, I am.
With Danny DeVito?
Yeah.
Now with Danny DeVito, I have a feeling right now. I have a feeling that's gonna do over. I have a feeling. And you know what? It's even odds. It's even odds on it.
That's why. That's why, because the money's on the under.
I have a feeling that's gonna go over, man. And parlay with us, fam. Don't go to this window with that. That's just your boy Sean Doe. I've been a little cold lately.
You're gonna make that. You're gonna make that play. Just go easy. You know, that's when you go easy with.
Oh no, I'm gonna go easy, but you know what it is? When I have a strong feeling about, like when I said about the Patriots going over, I don't know. I just had a strong ass feeling about that. With Indiana beating the Celtics.
That was a good feeling, and it was eerie too. I should have felt it too, man, because everybody was on the under. I was on the under. I was shit. I did it.
No, but you gotta remember, Crook. You changed your mind at the end, though. No, you changed your mind at the end.
I took them +6 to kind of like clean things up a little bit, but everybody was just too much under talk, man, and that's what it is with the sports betting. When the public money,
I wish they did. I wish they did that slate tomorrow as a doubleheader though. I don't like them playing at the same time. That would have been dope. A little 5 o'clock game and then going.
Yeah, exactly. That playing at the same time is crazy. You gotta be switching channels. But I like Green Bay. That's a team I'm looking at too on the future. Like teams like that, I look out on the future. Maybe I'll take Green Bay to make the playoffs. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna check those future.
Right. You want to look at stuff like that. Those teams that are trying to like. Thing is with Buffalo, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna take them to come out the AFC on some crazy shit. But I feel like that's the
team. You've been saying it, so if you feel it, I see you like feeling it, bro. I go with your feelings, man.
They got the experience. They've been going through some shit this year, but they got the experience. They get it together. They know how it is. They know what it takes. They know what it is in the playoffs. You know, they're gonna be healthy. Joe Burrow's not coming back. He ain't walking through that door. So I think this is a great opportunity. Kansas City, they're not really playing up to their capabilities. Jacksonville, who they are. So I feel like this is a great opportunity for the Bills. If they catch fire and get in, that's a good long shot.
I definitely, I would you've been feeling it, bro. You've been saying it. So for me to you, I go for it.
Yeah, I'm going for it, man. I'm going for it, man. I said if they win today, I'm going to go ahead and pull that trigger, and we'll see what happens the rest of the way. They got a tough schedule coming up though. They got to play Miami. I think they got to play Dallas. So they got some tough games coming up. But I felt like to win in Kansas City, that's definitely a confidence builder, and they could build off of that. So. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah, so yeah, guys.
Yes, sir. Good show.
Good show, man. Great show, man. We
miss you, though. Cheesecake stomach. You gotta come back.
Yeah, you gotta come back. Cheesecake stomach. Yeah, he was in the comments, man. Shout out to Mr. Beans, man. He checked this out. He'll be back Thursday. Back in his chair. But yeah, guys, great show. We got some Philly right now trailing Dallas.
They driving.
But Philly's driving, so this is gonna be a good game, man. And yeah, guys. To the next one.
I'll see you guys on Thursday, and we'll be in the chat. And look, real quick, I'm gonna go to the printer on Tuesday, so I have more info and stats. I know we talked, so I didn't forget about the whole. We're gonna get our merch going, so I'm gonna let you. I'll keep y'all posted on the chat on Tuesday because I'm off on Tuesday, and I'm winding down my semesters over on Wednesday, so I'm gonna have a little like a month between work and in school to do a lot of the other stuff that I need to do. But I'll see you all on Thursday, man, and we'll talk on the chat this week.
All right,
no doubt, man. See you guys Thursday. Great show, man. It's all love, man.
Be safe.
The next one. We out.
God to make moves, doobie don't snooze, it's on your back, cause they hate you, dog break through, son get through.